Oh, we're recording.
We're just getting to be professionals.
That's
You
right.
guys just don't know the chaos that goes on behind the scenes, though. It's just chaos. So we are welcoming our good buddy Linda Lenson today, all the way from Mexico. What area in Mexico are you?
Okay, so I'm on what is called the Baja,
Yeah.
with California Sur, as they call it. So it's a little strip. If you look at a map, it's a little strip that runs down between mainland and other parts. So yeah, that's where we are. There's
Nice.
lots of nothing distance in between places, but it's that bare but beautiful. There's so much to see, even if you look at it and you go, well, there's nothing there but rock and cactus. So my husband's cousin came and he said, I can't believe how much cactus there is. There's just cactus. There's no, because here in the southern part, it's totally different than the mainland side where you get Cancun, Acapulco, and the Mayan Riviera, which is a more tropical sort of
Lushy, yeah. So you're more arid where you are, like more
arid and desert.
Yeah.
You know how Kamloops looks there, Robin?
What's that? How Kamloops looks?
Kamloops looks? Yeah,
well I know just the difference between so that's like 60, 65 kilometers from where we are in Barrier to Kamloops, and it's totally different here. Like it's all, there's more trees and everything like that, but you get to Kamloops and it's just desert. Like truly it is. So
and that's what we are.
Yeah, so that's cool.
Well, the one thing that's super cool is that you're still able to do your business while you're in Mexico. Yes. I love that aspect of it.
Yeah.
That's your plan, Lindsay.
Well, yeah, it's the freedom, right? That you can be anywhere you want and still work. Yeah. You don't have a designated office.
That works. You've got it, it's good to go.
Yeah. When you have an online business, as long as you're connected, which sometimes I know when you're traveling and stuff, it isn't always the best connection, but you get to the point where you can kind of just have a few hours that you can get everything that you need to have done and whatnot. So as long as you have a couple hours of good connection and whatnot. Yeah. So I know that Linda, you've been on watching us right from the beginning here. So we appreciate that.
Yeah. Need to stay in touch with, everybody that's part of the community and keep the loop, or sitting by yourself too much. Like, yes, it's great to work from home.
Yeah.
But you can become too isolated and lose some of the momentum, back of where you want to go with things. And, being able to keep in contact with others and hear what they have to say, and it really does help on that.
Yeah.
So, and I think it really helps everybody now. Whoops.
Sorry, Lindsay, what?
I was going to say the motivation as well as the accountability piece.
Yes.
Yeah. Accountability is one of the biggest things. And so, I sort of get that, in a way through transference with the two of you.
We're pushy. I mean, have you found, I know that when I was watching all your posts and stuff from say a month or 2 months ago, you were having lots of people over and you were cooking with the locals and showing them what you did, and they were showing you recipes and stuff. I guess you're missing that pretty much, because that's it's actually, the people here in Mexico are really really very good and being really responsible about that, on how everything is shut down. And I did go into town to do a bit of shopping yesterday, and unbelievable, Walmart was almost empty. I could go through, grab my stuff, and be out, easy and quick. And usually, because it's a busy city, so there's lots of traffic. Lots of times when you're coming out of a parking lot, you just got to be aggressive and stuff your nose in there and go. Otherwise, you could sit there for a long time. Right now, it's like, whoa, nothing there. Whew, it just. I think
I think when you get back home, Linda, you're going to find that that's what's going on here too. Like Jeff works in Kamloops. Well, he's actually been laid off since December, and then he was back to work for a bit, but then this happened, so now he's home. Let me tell you.
Well, get used to it.
What's that?
Get used to it. That's one of the things when you do retire. And, well, Lindsay knows it now because Tyler is all the time.
And that, that like on my goal board, that's one of the big things is getting Jeff home full time. But I just think that being home full time with me when we can go and do all the things that we like to do will be a whole different thing than being home with me. Home, like so.
Not in, yeah.
Yeah, but we got lots going. As everybody knows, we're doing a kitchen reno, and it's. I think he's almost done my table. I'm so excited. So.
Oh, good. Yes.
Yeah, to actually be able to sit at a table, not eat food on my lap.
Well, I still have that other part of that. I mean, we're still in the, building stages also here. And my kitchen, yes, I have cupboards. And I have an island with just, the wooden tops of the cupboards. I don't have countertops yet. And, I don't have drawers and pull-outs for everything the way it goes, but everything kind of has a place where I've stuffed it. And, things that are supposed to be down lower where I can access them all the time. Right now, they're a little bit higher. So for, the ones that are vertically challenged like me, you need the steppy stool just to get those items all the time. But when I get back to BC, to Port Alberni, we are in the middle of a kitchen reno there.
Oh, you can't escape.
So
I know. We did make we were making cement countertops, like polished, and the actual, because we took out a piece of the countertop that was kind of like not an island, but like a peninsula, I guess, that had the dishwasher, and we changed that. So then we made a rolling island with a cement countertop, but our big piece of cement countertop that was beautiful broke. So we're waiting. We're going to do it again outside now because I can't have it in my dining room anymore. I just can't. So anyways, we're kind of doing that. So, but it's funny, like Lindsay, when I'm Zooming with her kitchen, she's got like papers up on her cabinets. And I was looking the other day and I'm like, Lindsay, do you still have the plastic on your dishwasher? She does.
That's blue.
She's still protecting her dishwasher with the blue plastic. So
well, we had a reason for it. Is because we had reason for it. And that's because when we rent this place out, because it is a new one. When we take it off, it will be really
brand new,
right? But now that we're not renting it out right away, we might take it off.
But everybody, I'm just saying, everybody's always in a stage, right? Yeah. Like everybody's like, got to do this. I can remember as a kid, my parents built houses, like they themselves built houses. They brought in people to do certain things, but we as kids, my brother and I, we helped build these houses and whatnot. And I can remember as a kid, as soon as the cupboard doors went on, because Dad built all his own like boxes to the cupboards and doors. So we knew as soon as those doors went on, the house was going up for sale.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I have to say, this is, our house here in Mexico, this is staying. And the house in Port Alberni, as far as I'm knowing right now, that's staying unless some, how would I say, some super miracle manifestation that I put out there that I find something that is absolutely perfect that way. Otherwise, what we're doing there is what I want and how I want it. Yeah. And I plan on staying in that. Where my husband and I have done a number of things already. And as you say, I had a beautiful kitchen that I loved in our one house in Langley. And 2 years later, well, I think it's time to do semi-retirement and we're going to sell the place.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I know, I laugh. There's like people that I know that lived in the exact same house for their entire childhood, or, you know, and their parents still live in the same house. I can't, I'm in the 20s, like 25 houses or something I've lived in. Like that's just how.
I couldn't tell
How
you
about you, Lindsay? Have you lived in a lot of different houses? No? You spent your whole childhood in one house?
Yes. My parents split up when I was in grade 6, but we still lived in the one house. Actually, my mom still owns that property. She just rents it out right now. But I went to kindergarten all the way to grade 12 in the same school.
Wow.
No.
Yeah.
I moved towns. Like we moved from 100 Mile House, where I did up to grade 5, to Comox Valley on the island, on Vancouver Island. So then I stayed there until I was 19, I think. And yeah, it's just crazy. But different people do different things. So yeah. That's why I ended up in Barrier. Honestly, that's why, because out of all the moving and everything that we did, as like his dad was with Hydro, so he moved, you know, cities. And then all the houses that we moved and everything, this was the constant. Like grandma was here, my aunts and uncles were here, and we spent time here every summer. And it was always in the same house, and it was always the same place and all that kind of thing. So this always felt like home, even before I lived here. That's why we moved here. Yeah, so it was pretty cool. Yeah. So Linda, you have built this house down there?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
We had a Mexican crew of builders who did all the cement work, all the pouring, and I couldn't tell you how many thousands feet of cement is on the roof.
I bet. Well, I can see it all behind you there. So.
And behind us, and we have, you know, like 8 inches of styrofoam in the ceilings, and we have insulated walls, and then metal studs and sheetrock. So our place stays, you know, even without, like definitely the whole winters we're down here, we don't need air conditioning, no.
Nice, nice. So how many years have you been going down?
My husband first started coming in the 90s, and then after we were together, I started coming 2008, I think was our first year that we came down, and just traveled around, stayed with friends and people, and then later decided to take on the building, which sometimes you look and you go, why did we really decide to do this?
Is there quite a few like snowbirds from Canada and whatnot around you?
Not right around us. No, we have one other couple here who they're from Nevada, and then there's one other building, and it's some mini storage that's owned by an American fellow now. And other than that, we have all pretty much all locals around us, but we have different areas of the city that we have a lot of Canadian American friends that live.
Cool.
We have one area, it's called Comiton, and it's been pretty much all American Canadian people out there, built their houses and live there. Some who have moved and live here full time.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. Cool. I actually forgot to get my Facebook going. I better do that. So we were talking, like Lindsay and I were kind of talking about what we should discuss, and it was kind of Lindsay's at home with 2 little ones. I'm at home. My children are in their 20s, so of course I'm kind of that next step. And then of course you're retired with children, older children and grandchildren. So we were kind of discussing how doing business online is available to anybody in any part of their life, kind of thing. And so Lindsay, what do you want to say about that? You've been super quiet because I talk too much, I know.
I'm just listening. Well, no, and like my why is different from Robin's why, which is different from yours, Linda. So what is your why?
My why, and of course in the beginning was
as everyone, I wanted that little bit extra money coming in, that little extra income that, you know, yes, we're retired, but you soon realize after you've retired that even if you've put investments and you've put money aside and whatever, that, you know what, as you get older, that might not be there. You might not have enough with the way costs of things go and what seniors' homes cost and whatever health issues you might have that then are going to be costing more.
Well,
and
how long you
look at it
live.
and you go, wow, you know, like, yeah, I needed more, but then along the way of doing this, I mean, of course, I was scared to death in the beginning, like, holy crapper, I don't know anything about the internet, and you mean I gotta talk on there and people hear me and see me? And I know it's always, you know, you hated your own voice. I don't know about the rest of you, but you go, God, do I really sound like that?
Yeah.
And along the way, I found, you know what, I really like this.
Yeah, you know, it's a whole community when you join like a team, and just about any kind of business that you do online generally has a team aspect to it, where you meet so many cool people and everybody's cheerleader. Like it's a really good support system, and it's good to meet people that kind of have your similar interests. So
Yeah, because I mean, I'd done lots of business networking and business meetings and breakfast groups, and so in that way, speaking in front of people was not a super challenge. At times it was, because, you know, in the beginning when you first start talking, you can lose your train of thought of where you were going.
we do that all the time.
And then it's like, oh crap, what was I saying? And then afterwards you go, oh, I really wanted to say that, you know. So the same thing when I started, you know, doing go lives, which I have to admit to you ladies, I have not done for a while. I have not been on my go lives or done any Instagram things, or and I was kind of in a work mode, and then kind of, you can drift away. And if you don't concentrate, you know, and put that goal back in front of you, you can kind of stagnate, and pretty soon, and well, it's like going to the gym. You know, you're really good, you're gung-ho, and in the beginning you go every week and you go every 3 days and then
well, it only takes one time to miss, and then you're like, well, I missed yesterday.
Yeah.
I missed today. That's kind of how those kind of things start. So definitely it's okay to step back once in a while, but do remember that you're almost starting from fresh.
Yes.
If you go for any amount of time, right?
Yeah.
So
and that you know, and that I have to look at, that's kind of where I am again. I'm starting.
But you still have to live, like you still have a life. Like I know you're super busy doing what you're doing down there, and plus all this that's going on. You know, like Jeff's home and he has a huge list of things that he wants us to get done. So I'm constantly like looking over my shoulder in my office here, because I know he walks in front of my window, like my window's right in front of me, and he's like,
what are you doing? Yeah.
I need you to help me, and I'm like, okay, just like 2 minutes, kind of thing, you know. And
yeah, I get that from my husband a lot. Like,
so if you step away, it's okay, because I mean everybody does that. It's just turning it around and trying to get, because you got to remember, the more eyes that are on your offer and your page and whatnot, the better it is, because people get to like know you and trust you, and that's when you know they can actually ideally become customers, right? So but in saying that, it's crazy time right now, right? So
it is, and I think
you're already fighting the uphill, you know, kind of trying to get people on the prize kind of thing. So it takes a bit more,
because people have a lot going on, and that's you know, one of the things I was thinking, I was vacuuming a little while ago, just before I came on and said, yes, I'm ready. And you know, those little nuggets that pop into your mind as you're doing stuff.
Yeah.
And I thought, yeah, you know what, tomorrow being Good Friday, and a few things I'm going to do would be a good day to put on a go live of a couple of things that have popped into my
mind on things of what's going on and how people are dealing with things or what they're up to. A few questions, ask. So yeah, it's twinkling around in there as to what I want to come out with.
And that's a great idea. And like, when those things pop into your mind, if you quickly just write them down, like I always have like a magnetic notepad with a pen on my fridge. So when I run out of something for the kitchen, I write it down there. But also if I'm like doing something, I'm like, oh, I got to write that down right now. And I'm close to it. I just write it on there, and Jeff looks at it and goes, what does that mean? Kind of thing. But so that when you are ready, you can just go, oh yeah, that's right. I wanted to do that or check that or whatever. So it's a good thing to have like a notepad going all the time. So no, that's a great idea, Linda. I look forward to seeing it because you're going to do it tomorrow.
Yes. We're holding you out there, not only to the universe, but to you. And I know I'll be accountable.
Yes. That's the best way to do things, is to be accountable. Say today that, hey guys, make sure you check out, say you're going to do it at 11 o'clock your time, whatever that works out. And just say, hey, I hope you guys can tune in tomorrow. Just put it like a typed post out, and then you got to do it tomorrow because you've made that statement to people. So
that's
a good way of doing it.
No, that's kind of how things go. You have to put yourself out there and do that. And I know, when I first started, I thought, well, here I am. I'm over 65, and sort of, who wants to hear what I have to say? There's all these younger people out there who are really going gung-ho. And that's one of the other things that I'd like to say is, it doesn't matter if you're like my age, you're retired, or you're over 60, you're over 70, whatever. You never want to stop learning something new or finding out something new. And, it's fun. And I read. I don't know you, but I'm a big Bob Proctor fan. And I study Bob Proctor's stuff all the time, and Peggy McCall, and, a lot of those ones.
I think he's having a go live today.
Yes, he is. And it's coming up.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think
it's not too long from now either.
No, not long after we're done. I think it's coming up. And which I'll definitely pop on and listen to and check out, because he has golden nuggets of things that throw out there.
And you gotta look at this too. Look at his age. Like, he's not a spring chicken. He has become an incredible mentor and leader and business person. And he's still going strong. So, you're never too young. You're never too old to get into doing this kind of stuff. So,
so Linda, do you have any advice for anybody looking to get into this business? Do you have any words of encouragement for?
As Bob Proctor and them have said, and it's something I've had to really work at, is to really, we always say, what's our why and what's our goal? To sit down and really write them. You can write them out, but sometimes you need to rewrite it and rewrite it and rewrite it, and quit trying to force it, because that's what I tried to do in the beginning. What is my why? What is my why? And yes, the why in the beginning was, of course, you wanted the extra income. So this is why, what you got into it for. But I also loved the product that I got into. So, that's one of the biggest things, is being able to do that. And then finding mentorship and also accountability partners are one of the biggest things to help keep you going, is to have somebody you can discuss things with. Your goal with, and so they can help keep you accountable in that way. One of the things Peggy McCall has always said, and I wrote down, was that goals are not what you get, but what you become along the way. Which we're all wanting to get the business going, but we also find along the way that I like to do this to see what I can teach and show other people. And like you, Robin, you've learned some really amazing things to be able to do on, on the computer and stuff. And so have you now, Lindsay. So those are you know, things you never had before you started this, that now you've got, that you can show somebody else, you know. And as one of the biggest things from, you know, Ralph Waldo Emerson was that once the mind is stretched, well, the idea, and it will never return to where it was before.
Yeah.
So, you know, that,
I think that's a huge, like, you hit it right on the head there, is that, like, when I began, I mean, I definitely was on Facebook and stuff, but I wasn't on Instagram. I didn't know any of the other things. And, you know, now I'm like editing videos, and, you know, I'm able to show somebody how to go into, you know, their computer and find a certain thing or fix a certain thing. And that to me is just like, I couldn't believe that, you know, I had come that far in just a couple of years. And that is part of being an online entrepreneur, is it's computer work, and you learn how to work with it, like, completely. So yeah, it's amazing.
Biggest things I'd like to put out there is the fact that do not expect the instant that we all want. I mean, we get into the business, we're going, yes, gung-ho, and we're all it's going to be. But it's like a 40-hour-a-week job. It is a job, and you really have to work at it. And one of the biggest things I think is persistence.
Yes.
We're being persistent in everything that you do. You know, you can go, oh, this isn't working, and get fed up, but don't let it sit.
Just take a breath, step back, and then come at it at a different angle. Like, that's like, a lot of this business is problem solving, truly. Like, you have to have that mentality that, okay, that didn't work, so I'm going to try this, and not give up, not go, nothing works, you know, kind of things.
Well, and that's the whole thing about our community though too, right? Is if you are stuck, you can brainstorm with other people and get different ideas. So if you feel like you're kind of trapped and like not sure what to do, ask. Somebody else has been there.
And everybody wants to help you. Like, it's not like they have these secrets that they don't want to share with you. Like, in a community like we're in within Magic and our team and stuff like that, somebody has done something that's not worked. So they're going to say, don't do that. Or something that does work, they're going to say, hey, try this. So, you know, we're all trying to help everybody achieve the goals that they want to get to. So
yeah, we're rooting for everybody. We want everybody to succeed, right?
Yeah.
And there is
there's no and if you come, like, if you're in it for something other than, like, if you have any kind of animosity towards anybody having success, then you're not in the right business. Like, you're not. We all want everybody to do well, and we celebrate everybody that has any kind of win. So that's the main thing.
And it's always, you know, if you have envy of somebody else how good they're doing, or how great they've done, or whatever, they were so lucky, you have to take a step back and look at the idea that they never got there without the thought going into their mind what they were going to do and what they could do to make that happen. So, you know, they had to think about it also. And, you know, they worked hard to get to that point. And,
right.
You know, that's the thing is putting in the effort, and which are things, you know, I've had to work on and deal with, because it's so easy. And also it's easier as being retired that you go, oh, I'm going with someone, I'm going with my friends to do this today. Yeah, that maybe later or whatever. And the problem with that many times is you really have to push yourself on the later when you come back to do. And it's great to take a break away, you know, do a bit. And I always, every morning I do my journaling, my gratitude journaling. And that, you know, it's making a habit of persistence in keeping on going with what you're doing, a habit in looking at that goal every day, talking about that goal, visualizing that goal, putting it out there. When you talk about it, you bring it in. You know, you have to put it from the conscious to the subconscious.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
You know, the subconscious it's a sponge. It takes every bit of crap, every bit of good stuff.
And it's automatic.
Yeah. It's like little kids, like Lindsay's little ones.
Yes.
Right now, if you look at the things they do and what they're taking in and how they come out with stuff, you go, oh, did I really do that? Because that little sponge right now is so wide open to everything that's around it. And, you know, then as you get older, you start to have these judgmental things about yourself and about whatever, and you have to figure out you and where are you. And as Bob Proctor says, you know, there's that paradigm shift, because we all have paradigms from DNA that we came with from generations back. Even if you don't know it's there, it's there, because we're all just energy and taking everything in. You know, if you look at, I don't know if you've ever seen thermal energy, when you're doing, like in carpentry work, you can take that thermal energy and put it on a wall and see where there's where there's a vapor coming through or whatever, right? Well, we can do the same with our bodies. You can see all the energy. I mean, that's all we are. We're in a physical form living here, but we are total energy.
Yeah,
and,
totally. Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
We
that's
have
great.
to work on us. Anyway, I get off topic, girls. I get wound up in.
Oh, that's perfect.
So did anybody come up with a word for the day?
I did. I came up with a word.
Which one?
Ready?
Okay.
Ageless.
Ageless. Good one.
Okay. Yeah, because that's true. Our business, the Nagic business, water business, it doesn't matter what business somebody is in, whether it's a health business or a fitness business or whatever. Really, you are ageless in anything that you want to get into.
Yeah.
You know, whether from really young to older. And
for sure.
I can't see stopping learning things or finding out new things. Or I find I get angry at, I don't know about anybody else, but I get angry at myself if I get stagnant for too long. And don't.
I think everybody does. Yeah.
Or, you know.
Yeah.
I
well,
get
especially like once you're into this, like you just find that you almost go, oh, I totally wasted yesterday. I should have done this, and I totally wasted all my time doing whatever. And you kind of get down on yourself and stuff, but it's okay. Like, I mean, it's not going anywhere. So
we're human.
You know, you can get back to it.
No.
Yes, and we have to be human.
Yes. Well, thank you very much for being here.
Yeah, Linda, that was awesome.
That was really
good to talk to you.
Great fun, ladies. It went so fast.
Yes, it
oh,
sure
it does.
did.
Trust me.
And even though
at least somebody else got to talk today. I'm always like, every time I talk to Lindsay after, I'm like, oh man, did you even say anything? Because all I did was talk. I kind of get feeling that.
I was gonna say.
Well, anyway,
tomorrow's Good Friday, so we're still gonna come on and do our show for Friday.
Okay.
So we'll see everybody tomorrow.
We just decided that, you know, everybody's home and it's fun Friday, so we thought we'd just come on anyway. So But anyway, thank you again, Linda, and we will be here.
You're welcome.
Sorry, what was
Thanks
that?
for having me. Thanks for having me.
We will be here same time, same place tomorrow. So everybody have a wonderful day and see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Bye, everybody.
See you tomorrow.